Welcome to Letter V. Hope you enjoy your visit. Now it's time to sing and clap, sing and clap, sing and clap. Now it's time to sing and clap all together. And now it's time to eat your vegetables, eat your vegetables, eat your vegetables. Now it's time to eat your vegetables all together. It's time to play the violin, la 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 la, play a violin, la 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 la, play a violin, la 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 la. Now it's time to play a violin, la 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 la, all together. And now it's time to drive a van, drive a van, drive a van. Now it's time to drive a van all together. So first of all, let's have a look at how you sign the letter V with your hands. Okay, so just one hand out, and then you put two fingers on your palm, and that is V, letter V. Okay, and we're looking at some words that start with V, like van and vegetable, and violin. And there are lots of words that have V in the middle somewhere. Okay, so for instance, the word everywhere, every, has got that V sound near the beginning. Every, everywhere, everybody, everyone. So you've got that lot every in front of words. And other words like arrive and leave, V. Can you hear that V sound? Arrive and leave. You can buy vegetables at the supermarket, but people also like to grow their own vegetables. And if you grow your own vegetables, the place where you grow it is called a vegetable patch. Oh, there's a vegetable patch. I wonder what they're growing. It looks like pumpkins there. I think these might be carrots, and most of the vegetable carrot is under the ground. You can just see the leaf coming out. And you've got some other green ones. What could that be? I suppose that could be lettuce, maybe. Maybe these are tomatoes or something else. So not all of these bits of food are vegetables. So let's think about what a vegetable is. Is that a vegetable? I don't think that's a vegetable. That's a carrot. That's a carrot. We're just talking about carrots. An apple, no, that's not a vegetable. No. Broccoli, yeah, that's a vegetable. So on these pages you've got vegetables and fruit. So sweet corn is a vegetable. And potatoes, and from potatoes you can make chips. And there's beans and peas. This song has got loads of fruit and vegetables in it. Okay, so let's see if you can tell the difference. Orangey carrots and turnips cream, reddening tomatoes, they used to be green. Brown potatoes in little heaps, down in the darkness where the celery sleeps. The apples are ripe, the plums are red, broad beans are sleeping on the blankety bed. Here's an old song where Jack, he gets injured and he gets treated with vinegar. Yeah. It's called Jack and Jill. Jack and Jill went up the hill to fetch a pail of water. Jack fell down and broke his crown, and Jill came tumbling after. But up Jack got did trot as fast as he could caper, went to bed and plastered his head with vinegar and brown paper. Yeah, funny, isn't it? Vinegar and brown paper. Oh well, if it works. This story is called The Enormous Turnip. Once, a man came out to his garden with his turnip seeds and his hoe. He dug and delved, and he set his seeds in a row. So he planted all his seeds in the ground. He cared for his seeds and watered them well, and turnip seeds began to swell. In a very few days came little green leaves. They poked and they pushed and they pointed. The man with the hoe rolled up his sleeves. Ah, that's a weed. And he plucked out the weeds and raked off the rubble and didn't know there was going to be trouble. At last, all the turnips began to grow. They got bigger and bigger and bigger. So we'll have turnips for breakfast and lunch and for tea, and it's turnips for supper too, thanks to me, thought the farmer. But one of the turnips, the best of the lot, began to take over the whole of his plot. Look at that one, it's enormous. It grew bigger and bigger every day. It was huge, it was vast, it was enormous. The other poor turnips got out of its way. Dear, oh dear. The man was baffled, but he kept on hoeing, and the enormous turnip kept on growing. The man thought it must be time at last to pull the turnip, but it was just stuck fast. Come and help, heave, called the man to his wife. So along she came. Man pulled the turnip and the wife pulled the man, but the enormous turnip just wouldn't budge. No, I can't move it. Come and help heave, called the wife to a boy. The man pulled the turnip and the wife pulled the man and the boy pulled the wife, all together now. But the enormous turnip just wouldn't budge. Come and help heave, called the boy to a girl. The man pulled the turnip, the wife pulled the man, the boy pulled the wife, the girl pulled the boy, but the enormous turnip just wouldn't budge. 1, 2, 3. Come and help heave, called the girl to a dog. The man pulled the turnip, the wife pulled the man, the boy pulled the wife, the girl pulled the boy, and the dog pulled the girl, but the enormous turnip just wouldn't budge. Woof, 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 woof. Come and help, called the dog to a cat. Woof. The man pulled the turnip, the wife pulled the man, the boy pulled the wife, the girl pulled the boy, the dog pulled the girl, the cat pulled the dog. But the enormous turnip just would not budge. Come and help heave, called the cat to a mouse. And the man pulled the turnip, the wife pulled the man, the boy pulled the wife, the girl pulled the boy, the dog pulled the girl, the cat pulled the dog, the mouse pulled the cat, and squeak, squeak. The enormous turnip shot right out with a thud. Boom, whack, and a thump, and they all fell back. Oh, bump, whoops, bump, meow. Finally, they got it out. Then it was turnip for breakfast and lunch and for tea and turnip for supper and oh dearie me. The turnip's so good that they can't get their fill and it's just so enormous they're eating it still. The end. And that was an enormous vegetable. As I was going to St Ives, I met a man with 7 wives. Each wife had 7 sacks. Each sack had 7 cats. Each cat had 7 kits. Kits, cats, sacks and wives. How many were going to St Ives? Earlier, some words have got a V in the middle. And some of those words, they rhyme. So here are some words that sound kind of the same. They've all got V in the middle. Okay. So we had St Ives. And here are some other words that sound a bit like that. Dive. And 5. And zzz, hive, that's where the bees live, and alive. Here's a song that has that word alive in the title. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Once I caught a fish alive. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Then I let it go again. Why did you let it go? Because it bit my finger so. Which finger did it bite? This little finger on my right. So this song is a very famous song, and a few of the verses they have are words that have a V in the middle. So we've got waves, waves. We have river, river. I think that's a river, river. Shiver, woo. And silver. Row, row, row your boat gently down the stream. Merrily, 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 life is but a dream. Row, row, row your boat gently to and fro. When the waves begin to rise, don't forget to row. Row, row, row your boat quickly up the river. When the wind blows very hard, we'll begin to shiver. Row, row, row your boat on the silver lake. If a wave comes rolling by, our little boat will shake. Oh, row, row, row your boat gently down the stream. Merrily, 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 life is but a dream. Next week we'll be looking at the letter W. Until then, have a good week. Time to go home, time to go home. We are all singing, it's time to go home. Time to go home, time to go home. We are